morning, students. Hope all of you are fit and fine. Today we are starting chapter 15, that is light. At the end of this chapter, you will be able to understand transparent, translucent, and opaque objects. You will understand reflection and laws of reflection. You will study multiple reflections due to combination of two plane mirrors captured at different angles. Appreciate the working of periscope. Know dispersion and colors of light. Study the internal structure and working of human eye. Know defects and care of human eye. Learn basics of the Braille font. If you enter a dark room, the objects present in the room are not visible. However, if you switch on a bulb, everything in the room becomes visible. Why? The bulb gives out an invisible energy called light. When this energy falls on the object in the room, it bounces off from the surface of object and enters our eyes. The eyes sense it and send a message to the brain. It is finally the sensation in brain which really sees. Eyes are only an aid to see objects around us. Thus, light is an invisible energy which causes the sensation of vision in us. When light falls on an object, it reflects the light, and when reflected light reaches our eyes, then we see the objects. Light always travels in a straight line. The common phenomenon of light are formation of shadow, formation of images by mirrors and lenses, bending of light by a medium, twinkling of stars, formation of rainbow, etc. When a ray of light, while traveling from one optical medium to another optical medium, strikes the surface of separation of two media, the following situations can arise. The ray of light may get absorbed by the medium. The ray may pass through the second optical medium with a change in the angle. This phenomenon is called refraction of light. The ray of light may be returned by the second optical medium into the first optical medium with a change in angle. This phenomenon is called the reflection of light. The reflection of light takes place from a smooth reflecting surface according to definite laws. These are known as laws of reflection. Number 1, the incident ray, the reflected ray, and the normal at the point of incidence lie in the same plane. Number 2, the angle of incidence is always equal to the angle of reflection. Kinds of reflection. Whenever a parallel beam of light strikes a medium, a part of it always gets reflected from the surface of the medium. However, the direction in which the reflected beam will turn depends upon the nature of the surface, that is, whether the surface is smooth and polished or rough. On the basis of the reflecting surfaces, we have two kinds of reflection. Regular reflection. When a parallel beam of light on striking some smooth and polished surface is reflected as a parallel beam of light, such a reflection is called regular reflection. The reflection taking place from mirrors, still water or oil, highly polished metals or furniture is regular reflection. Regular reflection helps in the formation of image. Second, irregular reflection. When a parallel beam of light on striking some rough surface is reflected in different directions, such a reflection is called irregular reflection. It is sometimes called diffuse reflection. Diffuse reflection does not give rise to image formation. The diffuse reflection helps to spread the light energy over a vast area and hence help in general illumination. Multiple reflections. Many of you regularly visit a barber shop or a beauty salon to get a haircut. How are you shown the look of your hair from your back in the front mirror? You are shown the image of your back from a mirror kept at your back in the front mirror. Does it mean that the reflected light gets reflected again? Yes, it does. The phenomena of a ray of light getting reflected more than once is called multiple reflections. As many times it gets reflected, the many number of images are formed. Kaleidoscope and periscopes are applications of multiple reflections. You must have seen the rainbow in the sky after the rains. It is formed because when sunlight passes through tiny droplets of water, it splits into 7 colors: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. The order of these colors can be remembered by Vibgyor, where capital letters are the first letters of the color in rainbow. The phenomenon due to which white light splits into 7 colors when passed through a prism is called dispersion. The band of 7 colors obtained on the screen when white light splits into 7 colors is called spectrum. It can be observed by a simple activity. Adjust a transparent glass in such a way that sunlight after passing through it falls on a white sheet kept on other side. On white sheet of paper, you will observe a band of 7 color. This is spectrum. Eye is one of the most important sense organs. It is therefore important to understand its structure and working. Human eye is almost a spherical ball with a slight bulge in the front. Eye has following parts. Sclera. It is the outermost covering of the eyeball. Its function is to house and protect the vital internal parts of the eye. Cornea. It is the front bulging part of the eye. Its function is to act as a window to the world, that is, to allow the light to enter in the eyeball. Choroid. It is a grey membrane attached to sclera from the inner side. Its function is to darken the eye from inside and thus prevent any internal reflections. Optic nerves. It is a bundle of approximately 70,000 nerves. Its function is to carry optical messages to the brain. Retina. The optic nerve on entering the ball spreads like a canopy. The nerve endings form a heavy spherical screen called retina. The nerve endings on the retina are sensitive to visible light. The function of retina is to receive the optical image of the object and then it to convert electrical impulses. These impulses are then sent to the brain through optic nerves. The nerve ending or nerve cells constituting retina are of two kinds, rod-shaped and cone-shaped. Cone-shaped nerve endings are sensitive to bright light as well as the primary colors. Rod-shaped nerve endings are sensitive to dim light but not the color. Blind spot. It is the region on the retina where the optic nerve enters the eyeball. It has no nerve endings and hence is insensitive to light. Crystalline lens. It is a double convex lens made of transparent tissue. Its function is to focus the images of different objects clearly on the retina. Ciliary muscles. It is a ring of muscles which hold the crystalline lens in position. Its function is to alter the focal length of crystalline lens so that the images of the objects situated at different distances are clearly focused on the retina. Iris. It is a circular diaphragm suspended in front of crystalline lens. It has a tiny hole in the middle and is commonly called pupil. The function of iris is to control the amount of light entering the eye. This is done by increasing or decreasing the diameter of pupil. Vitreous humor. It is a dense gel-like fluid filling the part of eye between crystalline lens and retina. Its function is to prevent the eyeball from collapsing due to change in atmospheric pressure. Aqueous humor. It is a watery, saline fluid filling the part of the eye between cornea and the crystalline lens. Its function to keep the cornea moist. Working of human eye. The eye lens forms a real inverted image of the object on the retina. The light-sensitive cells in retina then produce electrical signals which are carried by optic nerves to the brain. The brain processes the information and sends the message to the eye and then we see the objects. Accommodation of the eye. The process by which ciliary muscles alter the focal length of the crystalline lens so as to focus the nearer or the far off objects clearly on the retina is called accommodation of the eye. Persistence of vision. When the light falls on the retina of the eye, the impression of the image lasts for 1/16th of a second. So, if the images of objects are received by the eye in less than 1/16th second, the impression of the first image does not fade when another image is received. This in a way gives continuity. That is, the eye cannot make out when the first image fades and the second image starts. Thus, to the eye, it appears as if the object is in motion. The phenomena due to which the eye cannot distinguish between stationary objects when their images are flashed in less than 1 upon 16 second of retina is called persistence of vision. Defects of vision. Sometimes the eye may gradually lose its power of accommodation. The person cannot see the objects distinctly and comfortably. The vision becomes blurred due to refractive defects of the eye. There are mainly three common defects of vision. These are myopia or nearsightedness, hypermetropia or farsightedness, and cataract. If an eye can see nearer objects clearly but cannot see the far off objects clearly, then the defect in the eye is called short-sightedness or myopia. This defect can be overcome by using a concave lens of appropriate focal length when the image is clearly formed on the retina. If an eye can see far off objects clearly but cannot clearly see the nearer objects, then the defect in the eye is called long-sightedness or hypermetropia. This defect can be overcome by using a convex lens of appropriate focal length when the image is clearly formed on the retina. Sometimes, usually at an old age, an eye fluid gradually gets deposited on the eye lens and affects the transparency of the eye lens. The defect is commonly known as cataract. A person suffering with cataract sees blurred images of all the objects around him or her. Cataract can be cured surgically. Eyes are a wonderful gift of nature which must last for a lifetime to enjoy the world. Following are simple precautions to protect our eyes. Wash your eyes twice every day, preferably with boiled and cooled water. Blink your eyes from time to time while reading, watching television, or doing any work which needs concentration. Do not read in a moving bus or a train. Do not rub your eyes when some dirt or insect get into them. Either wash your eyes with clear water or consult the doctor. While playing, never be careless as you can hurt your eyes. Do not look at the powerful source of light directly. Always read at normal distance of vision. Do not read by keeping book too close or far away from the eyes. Get your eyesight checked twice a year. Wear spectacles if advised. Visually challenged people. People are said to be blind or visually challenged when they cannot see. It has been observed that with the loss of sense of sight, the other senses of the blind person increase, especially the sense of touch. Louis Braille, himself a visually challenged person, invented in 1821 a method to exploit this improved sense of touch so that blind persons could read. The present Braille system was adopted in 1932. Braille refers to an approach in which text is printed on a thick sheet of paper using special symbols representing the letters or the alphabets. The symbols are made up of 6 dots forming a rectangular array of 2 horizontal dots and 3 vertical dots. The rectangular array is commonly referred to as a cell, such that in its cell one or more dots are embossed, so that they slightly project above the surface of thick paper. A visually handicapped person is taught to feel the projections using his or her fingers and thus recognize each letter. This way, he or she is able to read books printed in Braille.